The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Thank you, Zacho. Tomorrow, big day for me and you, Zacho. If I were a betting man, I'd put my money on you.
I ditto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that means I put my money on him.
Got it. Reverse.
Experience,
A
man.
little over 24
Huge.
hours from now, Initials quarterfinal number 6 of the 2024 Initials Invitational. Chris Hockey versus Zach Halverson
Zacko.
versus Frank Vassalero of Channel 4
Franco.
versus Dave Schwartz,
Dave-o.
previously of KARE 11, now with the Minnesota Wild, and Amelia Santinello of Channel 4. So 3 TV pros versus Hawk
Cup
and,
of Joe.
and Zach, yeah.
Hi, everybody. By the way, KFAN.com/watch. There you are.
Sauce, who do you like tomorrow? You're with Chris?
My guy Hawk, he gets to sit in his seat, but if
Yeah.
I were to show place bet him, I would pick Zacho second,
Yeah.
and then Frank.
Yeah. Frank
So in
won
order.
last year, right?
In order.
Yeah,
I'd
He
pick
has won in
Hawk,
the past,
Zacho,
yeah.
Frank. Yeah, well,
Frank's
going to
screw up the wild card for Hawk and I if we don't win.
that's probably right. Yeah.
Because we're
Or he'll get 0, you know?
Yeah.
So give me your predictions on Amelia, Frank, and Dave. How many points do they score?
Dave will get 0. Emilio will get 1. Frank will get between 2 and 4. Zach, I know my math probably doesn't work. Zacho should get enough, and Hawk might pull out the victory.
I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to prep tonight to be ready.
By playing college football?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Take my mind off of it. You know.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
did
know,
you guys?
I know a place you could go play tonight if you go to initialsgamelive.com. You
Is
can
that right?
find out, too.
No, do you have it off the top of your head by chance?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Are you
Oh,
going?
is that right? Oh, okay.
I can't go tonight.
Well, if you were going, I might go.
It's every Thursday,
I would
though.
like to hang out with you.
Then there's a
outside
whole bunch of
work.
other spots popping up starting next month.
Would you acknowledge me?
I kind of did last week
Well,
when I
I'll
went
say
there.
it. I don't care. It's at Falling Knife, the brewery. I don't care.
Oh, no.
When they do
Watch
fire
out.
me.
Oh no.
Nailed it.
mean,
Last
they might
week,
fire
my
me.
username was
Election
Jack
night.
Collinsworth Lambert.
Brilliant.
Which I still hope is the name of your son.
No, it's not.
It's so fun to play. I don't get to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, there were 60 plus teams, and I finished
Good for
something
you,
like
man.
5th in round 1, 2nd in round 2, and then 14th. I got my ass kicked in round 3. But it's super fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
It
like
is.
being on that side of it once in a while.
Are you disappointed in yourself a little bit? I mean, it's your game. Like you created it.
Well,
you
so-
should be winning.
What's funny,
Right.
too, is because I didn't win, there were people at the bar going, how did you not win? I go, well, I don't write the clues. And they're like, oh, that makes more sense.
Oh, see, okay.
If I wrote my own clues, I should be getting it off the first clue
I would
every.
think so.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the case. I don't write the clues. The great people from Trivia Mafia do, and it's fantastic.
once the tournament's over, we got to get you back into the player mode for.
I have an idea for that. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, really? How you play? Mm-hmm. I'd like it if you played.
I would love to just break the record and then never play again.
Yeah, you probably would.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you're pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah. I have an idea, too. I'll tell you off the air.
Oh, boy.
No, I like-
is it one good
Why
one?
can't you say
I
it
think-
on air? Is this your one good idea for the year? Because the
Yeah,
Glizzy
I'll
shirt wasn't enough.
Okay.
It wasn't enough.
He's right.
It wasn't bad.
No, we didn't say.
Yeah, Hawk
it
wore
doesn't
one.
rank as the biggest, best.
Okay, I have an idea. I'm just going to throw this at you guys, and you say yes or no.
No.
I know that's how you'll say it.
Yes.
But Zach and I have talked about this.
Go on.
So there is a moment in, I think, October when Hawk's in London, you are gone, and Zacho is somewhere. I think for the serving the troops bit.
Kuwait.
Can I host?
Sure.
Okay, that's my idea. It's about me, so it's a good idea.
That'll be great.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna
let
write?
me
Are
host
you gonna write the game and everything?
No.
Oh,
Oh, so I have to do the work still?
Yeah. Would you think so? Would you think I was?
Don't you wanna-
Charge writes his own clues when he hosts.
So you gotta do your own.
Yeah. No.
There's got to be a sauce edition.
I do think that would be awesome.
Would be great.
Hawk's got his head.
It would be way better if you wrote the clues. Because then it's truly a meat sauce game, not just you reading the clues.
Can you forgive me for what I'm about to say?
Of course.
No.
You know that half the facts are going to be incorrect.
See, that's what I would just like to read one of your lists. And
But then I have to do the work, and you get to reap all the benefits.
Correct.
Got it
but
from
here-
Wikipedia. I don't
Right.
know.
But here's why. Hawks, and I'm on, as my client over there said, and my attorney, he's the same person, said, we take a lot of pride in that game. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to screw it up. I don't want it to be bad.
My guess is your clues would be like my clues the first 30 or
100%.
40 games where the initials are NC and my first clue is a state on the East Coast.
Right.
Zach. North Carolina.
See, you're up 1-0.
Right. So
This is great.
You're killing it, Zach.
That's why. I would like you to. I don't want to screw the game up for you.
Look, but if you're a listener, and you're going, all right, geez, Chris is gone, Corey's gone, that Sauce is hosting. Isn't it more intriguing if it's, I got to hear what Sauce's clues are?
Well, there you go.
Maybe we tell him that.
Maybe we play, instead of the initials for Sauce, it's the numbers.
Yeah.
Between 1 and 3.
4. No, you're wrong again, buddy.
Also, you're hosting.
You're ringing in on your own.
You're fooling me, Sauce. I know, I'm good at this.
Shut up over there.
Over there.
I'm just saying. I'll do it, but I don't like. I know Charch writes them, but Charch is smart. I'm not. For the sanctity of the game, it would wreck it if I came up with the clues.
Okay, but it's a lot like when Chris and I were both gone a couple of weeks ago when you got to sit in the big chair and we said, this is either a train wreck and we get to make fun of you forever, or you get to hold your head up high, and everybody said you did great.
But I don't want it to be a train wreck.
But isn't that the fun for us, that you either knock it out of the park and you're like, hey, good fill-in host, well done.
No.
Or, dear God, worst initials game of all time.
No, I don't want it. No.
ChatGPT.
No, I don't. No, I know. Here's
Trust
what's
me,
going to happen.
I've tried that. It's not as good
Here's
as
what's going to happen. I'll just be honest
Still
with you.
got a way to
I'm
go.
going to do one of them and be like, golly, that was a lot of
A lot of work, yeah. You're going to see
like,
what I've been doing 530
correct.
times.
Yeah.
Well, that means
let
you just
me-
got to start right now.
Ton of hours.
I'm not doing that. I got stuff to do.
My bad.
No, I'm sorry.
Didn't realize.
No, I would like it if I could just do one of your, like I would have done in high school. I'll just cheat off the smart kid.
Got it.
If I can do that, I'll do it. If
Well,
not,
let me think of that.
I'll just truck a bunch of sleds. At you
Well, because
bring
the
in.
other option is if that's the case, I could just, Charch loves to host and he likes to do the work. I'll just see if Charch is available.
Sure, that's fine.
No, I want Sauce hosting, though.
Thanks, Zacho.
What do you care? You're going to be in Kuwait.
Things I want ranked. 1, Sauce to host and write. 2, Sauce to host, you write.
JJ McCarthy.
3, JJ McCarthy.
What if he comes into play?
Well, it's something unpredictable. Not in the end, it's right.
Brilliant.
Not in the end, brother.
You said it.
Yeah, listen to Hulkster.
We've got
Tried so hard and got so far.
Hard.
Not in the end.
we have our KFC press conference in the next segment. So
We sure do.
Can I read you a terrible story real quick?
Oh, no.
This is terrible story number 2 for the day. I know we got to do sports. And Zacho's going to play the bongos with his microphone.
Remember when he could move the mic
What
and it
happened,
didn't
what
sound
happened
terrible?
to that song?
I
gotta.
was sick of the bit.
Oh, because
And Rosie never
he never
noticed.
bid.
He doesn't
He
care.
never bid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't care. The family of a French explorer who died in a submersible implosion has filed a more than $50 million lawsuit saying the crew experienced terror and mental anguish before the disaster and accused the sub's operator of gross negligence.
How do they know that? Didn't they explode immediately?
Listen to this, man. This is terrible. That's why I said this is. I'm reading from CNN. We're talking about the Titan, I should say, submersible, and of course going down to see the Titanic and imploding and just basically crushing those people. Listen to this, man. According to the lawsuit, the Titan, quote, dropped weights about 90 minutes into its dive, which indicates the team had aborted or attempted to abort the dive. Quote, while the exact cause of failure may never be determined, experts agree that the Titan's crew would have realized exactly what was happening.
Oh, no.
Common sense dictates that the crew were well aware they were about to die. The lawsuit goes on to say, quote, the crew may well have heard the carbon fibers crackling grow more intense as the weight of the water pressed in. The crew lost communications and perhaps power as well. But by experts' reckoning, they would have continued to descend in full knowledge of the vessel's irreversible failures, experiencing terror and mental anguish the entire time. Can you imagine? I think the human condition brings with it some sort of hope until the last moment that something's going to persevere, that somebody's going to figure something out.
Yep.
But when that hull starts to crack, my gosh, guys. And by the way, if they lost power, they were in complete darkness. Complete darkness.
That's terrible.
Oh, my. That's one of the worst ways to go.
God.
I know.
I can't even fathom.
Do they
that.
even? Did they ever? I'm not. I don't want to talk religion. Do they even know they're dead? Did they? It happened. They knew it's coming, and then snap of the finger.
Everything we heard about the actual moment it implodes is that it's instantaneous.
Instantaneous.
So there probably is no pain. It's just the torture,
of
mental
knowing it's
torture
gonna happen.
of knowing it's going to happen. My guess is it's like a plane crash, right? When the plane's going down, it's all fear. The second the plane hits, you are immediately lights out, right? There's no pain there. It's just over.
It's over.
Oh, in any situation, whether it's going to be in 5 minutes or a doctor lets you know it's going to be in 5 months, knowing that I'm going to die would absolutely, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I know. I can't imagine. There's an interview with one of the surviving members of the Leonard Skinner plane crash. It's Gary Rossington, I believe. And he's talking about being in the plane and sitting in a seat where everybody in the row he was sitting in died.
Yeah.
And he lived. That descent when they knew they were going to crash, unbelievable, man. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. Oof. Anyway, so there you go. That's a terrible story.
Man, this guy's
Good
heavy.
morning, everybody.
90 seconds ago, I had a joke about how the implosion was not going to be as bad as Sauce hosting Initials, but now I feel like it's inappropriate to even go down that path, so I'm not going to say it on the air.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't, man.
No, I'm not even going to reference it. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, don't say that. Wait, you did say that.
God, you're good at this.
Thank you.
Man, this water polo game is insane. These gals can
Right?
swim.
I still
They're
can't.
hooping right
I
now.
have no idea how they can do it. And they score a lot of points, man.
Yeah,
it's
they
so
really
much
do.
better
They
than
are
a lot of sports that I don't like where
hooping.
there's no scoring.
A lot of alley-oops right now. Spain leads the Netherlands 10-9.
Yeah. The Olympics,
Semifinals,
man.
women's water polo.
I think this is the most I've ever liked the Olympics.
I think it's
Same.
the most I've ever
This
watched.
is the most all in I've been,
Yeah,
and I
'cause
don't regret it
I
at
love
all.
it.
It's awesome.
I'm going to go out of my way today to watch the basketball game. I really want to I love watching them play. It's cool to
That's
see.
the one I'm least
Same,
interested
dude.
in.
I
love
I
it.
freaking love basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 92 Dream Team, I was 12. I couldn't have been more into that. And they were winning by 55 a game, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm with Chris. That's the one sport out of all of the sports. I am almost going out of my way not to watch it because I'm so
right.
bored with it. I'm watching
agreed.
everything else except for men's basketball.
Yeah.
Paul, your hands up.
Here's why I watch it, and Max will agree. It's like watching the video game teams I put together.
yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's a God squad.
And it's just awesome after all
Yeah.
the rivalries and stuff because it's the last hurrah for LeBron. It's the last hurrah for Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. So it's a nice little farewell for three of the best of all time, and they all get to play together and usher in the new generation with guys like Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards. It's
That's true.
awesome.
I just wish that the other teams had like 7 or 8 NBA guys, not just 2.
Yeah.
Right? I wish it was truly an all-star team versus an all-star team. Then I think I would care more.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But you get Wemby and Rudy,
Right.
and then a bunch of guys like Batum, and then a bunch of guys I've never heard of.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
like I don't really care about
Yeah,
France.
it's like watching Sauce play you in chess. It's like, I'm not going to watch that.
Well,
He would joke that the bishops look like
hey.
nipples.
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Hell,
what up,
okay now. What's happening here?
Marco?
And women's water polo goes to the top of Max and Chris's list.
It's up there. All right.
Did we technically do Fan 5? I guess we
Did I hit
technically
the open?
did.
I don't think I did.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Builders and remodelers, thanks.
Love you guys. Thank you.
All right, so the Twins lost 8-2 to the Cubs. They are off today. They have 4 against the Guardians this weekend and a doubleheader tomorrow. And even though the Twins lost yesterday, they did gain ground on the Guardians because the Guardians were swept by the Arizona Diamondbacks of Anaheim 7-3 and 5-3. So the Twins now just 3.5 games back, although Carlos Correa unlikely to return for the series against the Guardians.
Yeah, that's not good. That injury.
How much longer beyond this
I don't
series is he
know.
expected to be out?
The Gleeman and the Geek podcast talked about it yesterday. They did a really good breakdown of it. It's when he went out the week before the All-Star game. That series, I think it was against San Francisco, and he hasn't really played. He hasn't played since. That was 3 weeks ago. I mean, this is not a good injury. Like last year, he played with it in his other foot almost the whole season. We're not even talking about like a rehab start, which is something he doesn't do. And he said that he is going to do one, but he hasn't even done that. This is not a good sign. And they're a good team without their most expensive player. Who knows?
Yeah. Something called Quincy Hall. I don't know if you guys saw this. Back to the Olympics for a second.
Yeah.
This has been the year of the U.S. comeback in a lot of Olympic events, and Quincy Hall's 400 was a great example of that. He was in, third or fourth, coming down the final stretch, and just puts on the turbo boosters and wins gold in the men's 400. What a sick comeback. If you haven't seen that race, I would definitely recommend
That's a good one.
Googling that. Quincy Hall's 400-meter gold. It looked like he was destined for about bronze, right? Maybe fourth, and then it's like Vin Diesel hitting that nitrous, right? He just propelled. It was awesome. A lot of comebacks by the U.S. men and women this year.
Yeah. I'll watch it right now.
Oh, good.
Should we? I feel like we should do a live listen-in on this.
All right, here we go.
What do you mean?
I just want to hear Sauce's live reaction.
Okay.
Ready?
And he's watching what again?
Hold on.
The Quincy Hall 400-meter dash. It takes like 45 seconds.
Okay, perfect. All right, here he goes.
Are they off?
No, they're all getting ready and slapping their legs.
Yep.
Oh, that guy's got a gun.
Okay.
Relax.
No, that's
Could you talk a little bit more about them slapping their legs? Because Zach can't see the screen.
now they're getting into the starting position.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Guy's looking around, saying,
Got it. Okay. It's like I'm there.
I want to go fast.
Who's looking around?
I don't know their names.
Make one up.
Brian
Okay.
is down in the three-point stance. Looks like he's praying.
Oh.
Steve, they're all up, face down.
Hey.
Hey now.
Little 2 Live Crew action, and they're off. The one guy in the closest to the field lane is way far behind.
Okay.
The guy that got to start on the outside is ahead of all of them.
Okay.
You guys feel like you're there?
Well,
do,
it's all
yeah.
kind of evening out.
Oh my God.
Well, this one guy's just crushing them.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. guy is picking up steam. This looks real painful. Why does anyone run? None of these guys are like, this is the best. Okay, here we go. There's 3 guys ahead of him, and he's picking up steam. And, whoa, there he goes. Whoa, he did it.
Wow. Wow.
Man,
Bravo.
Wow. Brent Musburger over there.
He did it.
Yeah.
Watch out, Lee Diffie.
Who's Lee Diffie?
He's a country singer.
He does sound like a country singer or a NASCAR
Which is funny
driver.
because he's not even American.
Yeah.
Lee Diffie.
Boy, I'm watching that guy in the steeplechase.
Oh, bite it?
my
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
out cold.
bad.
Yeah, it
Is
was
he out?
really bad.
Is he out? Because he looks like he's out.
He was
Is he
in the
out?
hospital.
Yeah.
They stretchered him off, and then I don't know what the exact injury is, but
Yeah, it's not
they
good.
said he was recovering well in the hospital.
Luckily, he landed on his back, not his head.
Didn't move, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
didn't
know,
move.
but
Lifeless.
my God.
Very scary.
Oof. What a dumb thing.
It's like you said, though, Corey, you do got to play it. Even if he was okay, you got to play it off like you were KO'd at that moment.
Yeah, correct.
Even when they're stretchering you off the track. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm fine. Just could you secure my neck?
This is my moment.
And,
Leave me be.
Get the defibrillator.
tell my family that it's life and death.
Yeah, if he had fallen in the water, he'd have just laid there and blah, 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 blah.
Like that Titan submersible.
Are they allowed to save them if they fall in the water?
Probably not.
Do they have lifeguards on duty in the steeplechase?
Hey, so if let's say if Katie Ledecky's swimming the 1500 meter or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If one of the other swimmers 2 laps in honestly starts drowning, which I know that's insane, it's an Olympic swimmer, but let's say she has a seizure or a
of
stroke or
course,
something and starts sinking to the bottom.
Right.
Clearly somebody's diving in to try to go save her. Mm-hmm. They stop the race, right? What if it's like final lap and Ledecky's on world record pace and somebody goes down? What do?
You still got to stop it.
You still got to stop
You
it.
have to. There's no way around it. You have to.
Can you imagine, though, if think of your world record pace, you're a second and a half or 2 seconds ahead of whoever's close, like you are winning the gold.
Yeah.
And then something like that happens. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a sabotage in the past where it's like, all right, I'm in 7th, but my teammate's in 2nd. Yeah. I'm going to take one for the team here and go to the bottom of the pool. And then they're going to start over, and hopefully Katie's tired.
And then when we restart, I'll be like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Miraculous recovery. I'm gonna try again.
Like there's one guy in a hockey team back in the day who was just really good at fighting and could barely skate. There's one guy on the swim team who's just good at drowning.
Yeah.
He puts rocks in his pants.
That's correct.
That guy, he just pulls it off like nobody's seen ever.
Or you just thought the female lifeguard was very attractive.
Like a Wendy Peppercorn situation.
Yeah, right.
What's she up to?
There are lifeguards at the Olympics,
yep.
apparently. I just Googled it.
Yep, and then there's a meme every year about you want to know what the most worthless job on the planet is?
Yep.
Olympic lifeguards.
I bet you they could get him out of there without stopping the race.
No way.
No way.
What if they're in the middle lanes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impossible. You
Just-
got to stop the race.
Give it a couple more minutes. The 1,500 meter, baby.
Hey, she's an Olympic swimmer. Let's see if she regains consciousness. Give her a second.
Correct.
You can live drowning for 4 minutes as long as we get to you within 4 minutes.
Yeah, tell Katie to pick up the pace here and wrap this race up. We talked to Kevin O'Connell yesterday at TOC. We have exclusive access to him
Yes.
every year. And now that he's been in studio and played initials, we're even closer.
Best friends.
And I think you can tell. You'll be able to hear it when we come back and we play the interview we had with him yesterday. We're very tight with Kevin O'Connell because we can ask him anything. That's next.
Final segment of the Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are. KFAN.com/watch. Tomorrow, this time, the initials game. Zach O and me and Frankie V and Amelia and Mr. Schwartz as the tourney continues.
I like the couple fight, too. I like Frank and Amelia battling against each other. When I was booking this, I texted them separately, like, do these dates work? Do these dates work? And then I would send each of them, your date's going to be August 9th. And then your date's going to be August 9th. And about 2 hours later, I get a text from Amelia going, wait a minute. I'm against Frank. I'm like, yeah, you're against Frank. You and Frank, heads up, let's go. So even if you and you two, or Zach and Hawk, even if you guys are battling for the win,
Yeah.
the sub-story is the household of the Vassalero Santinello matchup.
It's going to be great.
Bragging rights between the two of them.
Rosie's
Hell yeah.
hoping we destroy their marriage.
Oh. Is Rosie going to come in?
He said he was.
He wouldn't come down the street when we were in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but we don't have.
no.
Yeah. We didn't have a million.
And case in point. Okay, so anyway, speaking of initials, a handful of weeks ago, we had Kevin O'Connell in. Remember Kevin O'Connell?
Yeah,
Good
the
dude.
best.
He is the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. He was a great dude. He took initials very seriously, right? Really, really wanted to do well. Wants to come back at some point. But I felt like that show, when he was in here for an hour, really solidified the bond between the Power Trip Morning Show and Kevin O'Connell. Now, we've known him for what, a couple of years?
Yeah.
We've gone down to TCO and had exclusive interviews with the guy for years. But I always felt that little bit of distance. But I thought when he came in here, that changed everything.
Yeah, he loves us.
You guys feel like you're closer than ever to KOC?
Yeah, especially after yesterday.
And now we can ask him whatever we want. We did that yesterday. It's called the Power Trip Press Conference, and it starts now.
And now, it's time for a Power Trip press conference.
You know, Kev, normally I introduce myself to you, but I feel like we're so tight, we can just dive right into this. But before we get started, there are two gals over there that are absolute smoke shows. Hawk and Sus, you see those two gals?
Whoa.
Yeah. Unbelievably hot chicks over there. Kevin, what if I go tell them that you and I are both investment bankers?
And if that ends up being how we score, nobody will be more excited about it than me.
Brilliant. Hey, Coach, it's Meat Sauce. How are you, man? Good to see you as always. I love what you've done with the place. What would you say a director of a Broadway show says is the best part of their job?
These plays are going to come to life.
Oh, that's very sweet. I know, God, we're close now. I don't know if we're this close or not, but I've been asked by the team trainer, you missed your physical. Turn your head and cough.
You guys are very close.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Very close.
Everything feels fine to me, guys.
Okay,
Everything
that's
feels
good news.
Thanks, Coach. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
KOC, what's the best way to describe Zach after he takes one of his famous Las Vegas baths?
Legally clean.
Oh,
Legally clean, but
Yeah,
in
I don't
actuality, there's a lot of stuff still on him.
Hey, Coach, after I got to know you a couple of weeks ago, I learned that over the summer you started a caterpillar collection. What's the most rewarding part of collecting caterpillars?
You get all those butterflies.
Oh, wow, that's great. You know, kind of the same thing, Coach, but kind of same thing, Coach. But now you've met Meat Sauce. You spent some time with him in the studio. Can you name something you figure has never been written on a test he took?
100%.
Brilliant.
That is correct. Kevin, I just heard you talking to Tommy Olson, and I heard him say the words pants and penis, but I didn't hear what he was asking you. What was he asking you?
How I'm holding it in the pocket.
Brilliant. Hey, Coach, how would you describe Bob from Fight Club?
He's stacked.
Yeah,
He really is.
He really, that's a good way to say it, yeah.
What a reference.
Coach, there's some kids visiting here today, watching practice and excited about their own little football season to start. And a couple of them were holding a nut cup and saying, what do you do with this? And we were trying to explain it delicately. What's the most important thing to remember when you're putting on a nut cup?
Ball placement.
He's right about that. Kids, did you hear that? Keep that in mind.
Get him in there.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Kevin, if you're watching adult films on your TV, and then Mark Rosen's Vikings pregame show pops on, and Rosie's face is dead center middle of the screen, what happens?
I'm going to have to strain to finish. Maybe.
Hey, Coach, Meat Sauce here again. Where's Waldo?
I don't know exactly where he's at.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hey, Coach, you just happened to meet Tommy Olson, and then I heard he invited you to go to Z's, as he calls it, or Zorba's. And while you guys were there on the beach, you found a genie lamp. Tommy got 3 wishes. What were the 3 wishes?
3 guys.
Really?
Brilliant.
Cash those tickets.
Yeah.
Funny, Kevin, I have a question about Tommy as well.
Oh.
Apparently, Tommy Olson has a new adult toy that he nicknamed the Opportunity.
Oh. Okay.
And it sounds like you just accidentally walked in on him using it. What was he doing?
Really absorbing that opportunity.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Last one for me, also about Tommy.
No.
Hey, Coach, I heard you and Tommy Olson were roommates in college. What was the question you always asked him the morning after he didn't come home from the bar?
Did you make guys work for it?
Oh, my God.
Gross.
All right. Do you have any more?
No.
Corey,
No.
I've got 2 left. Neither one of them are great. Here we go. Number 1. Coach, once again, you met Meat Sauce the other day. Give me a word that is both something he can't spell and something he can't do.
Articulating.
And lastly, just a throwaway in case somebody copied mine. What does it seem like Picasso just can't quite do?
Their eyes in the right spot.
Brilliant.
Nice. And scene. For the first couple of years of this bit, I think almost always it was like, I don't know, like sauce sucks in bed jokes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Now it is, what is Tommy willing to do?
Yeah. Opportunity. Yeah.
All of us had 1 to 3 Tommy jokes.
Yeah, correct.
They write themselves.
Yeah, they
And
do.
now I got new stuff because the stuff he said this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, there's that.
Again, I love it so much that he is just so taken aback by how horrified we are by his stories.
you nailed it when you said that he's been doing it for so long and his buddies do it that he's shocked when everybody else doesn't do it.
It's
It's like someone that got out of a cult or something.
It's like
correct.
Crocodile Dundee when he gets to New York, or
Well
if
said.
Mowgli ever gets to the human village.
Yeah,
It's
well
just
said.
it's a total fish out of water. He's not used to normalcy at all.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, Tommy was mad at us because we don't eat other people's food when we walk down hotel hallways.
Or at restaurants.
Discarded food.
He will
the
eat
hotel
off of
was the
tables.
worst.
Yeah, that's
agreed.
disgusting.
Eating off of other people's tables is complete insanity to me. I can't even comprehend that because there's a million people around you that might see you do it.
Ugh.
There's something even grosser though about even if the hallway in a hotel is empty and no one's going to see you do it. Just taking room service leftovers
Yeah.
Disgusting.
is disgusting.
I can't even imagine the things he's eaten. I can't even imagine.
And again,
my God,
see,
I shouldn't say
the
that.
logic of trying to draw the line between, well, if somebody took a bite or two out of it, those ones I try not to touch, like it matters.
I knew, by the way, that was not true.
Of course
That's
not.
why I came back to it.
To
Yeah,
your
but he just said he ate the other side of it and then worked like Lady and the Tramp it to the middle.
To your point, Cor, what was fascinating too was when you guys brought up, was it Applebee's? And he goes, "Oh, that's perfect because you know where it's coming from." As if that's a nice, it's a nice little perk. You can't always expect it, but it's nice to know where it's coming from, as opposed to the random hotel where you don't know where it's coming from.
Here's a question for you guys. Well, first of all, go back to the taking a bite out of the end that hasn't been bitten yet. That's how you hold a pizza. So somebody's D touchers.
Yeah, their hands are still there.
Eaters, yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's number one. Number two, if somebody had seen him go to a table that people had left and eat food off of it, would they have thrown him out of the restaurant?
Well, even if he does a really big lap and goes back to his own table, right?
Right.
If people aren't paying attention, it still would look like he's just going back to
Yeah,
a random
right.
table and grabbing fries.
Right, but you could say, well, I just went to the bathroom.
Good.
You know.
Yeah.
But from afar, it might be, did that guy just reach over and grab waffle fries?
Yeah,
He's not going to, stand on the table and go, these were my fries. I just did a fake lap and came back.
I love these fries.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Man.
I think they'd throw you out. I think they would. I think.
Think about what I just said, though, too. He's so insane that we are kind of glossing over the fact that he has to take a fake lap because he doesn't want to admit to his friends that he wants all those waffle fries.
Right.
He's more embarrassed about eating waffle fries he paid for in front of his friends than he is announcing on Major Market Morning Radio that he eats room service leftovers.
Right.
That he doesn't even shy away from.
No.
But he's embarrassed to eat brand new waffle fries that he paid for.
During the week.
Yep.
My God.
Because everybody's trying to keep it clean during the week.
That guy is the best. I love him.
The Malone/Maynard's waffle fries are worth breaking your diet for. They're the best.
Yeah, Maynard's waffle fries are 100 out of 100.
Get that rosemary on them.
All of it. The honey
Let's
mustard.
call it a day.
Oh, so good.
I know you got some headlines you want to do, but can I have some fun with some old audio in just a second? For just a second, I should say. Today is the 8th day of August. In 2017, all of these things went into the system.
Oh, boy.
This is one of them. So 2017, what's that? 7 years ago on this day.
Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Yeah.
So good.
I mean, it's just Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
If you weren't listening 7 years ago, you've probably heard us play the freezing part at least. That was a guy getting arrested saying, "You ever want to hear some Pearl Jam?"
Yeah.
Like, are you
You
ever
guys
seen-"
want to hear a song?
You ever see Pearl Jam live?
And then he just starts singing it to
Yeah.
the cops that are handcuffing him.
You ever see Pearl Jam live?
Live.
Lav.
I love the way it's live.
Lav.
And then he goes for it.
Yeah, Hawk went
does.
to high school with that guy.
I probably.
Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Yeah.
Right,
It's not bad.
Right, and then we argued Made versus Bade.
He said Bade, yeah. And then we had people at the state fair go up to the mic at Barrero's show, act like they were going to ask a question.
Oh,
They'd
yeah.
scream that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
In 3 weeks,
yeah.
please do not do that.
Don't do that.
I was bored up in those
Honestly,
shows.
don't do
Yeah.
that again. If Barrero does have like an
Please.
open mic thing where it's like, hey, let's take some listener questions. Oh my gosh! Please don't go up to the microphone and sing that Pearl Jam song into the microphone. That
Yeah.
would completely throw him off. He wouldn't get the bit. It would not be.
I know it seems like we would
well-received.
make you
Don't-
famous for doing it by playing it over and over again.
Yeah, but don't do that.
Right,
Please don't do
we wouldn't spend the whole next day playing it. I know
No.
you think that we would,
Yeah.
but we would not.
Just so we're clear, what do you not want them to yell?
Please do.
Freezing.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Oh, I mean, all of our bosses would be like, "Don't, no,
Yeah,
I gotta
please
explain to
don't.
Barrero
Please,
what."
yeah.
And then we'd get yelled at again, and then they would tell us, "Please stop playing the audio of Barrero melting down on the guy that yelled the Pearl Jam
Yeah.
song." And we'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We told the listeners not to."
Yeah, don't do that.
How far
Don't
do you
do
think
that.
they'd get? Do you think they'd get to?
You ever see Pearl Jam live?
Do you think they'd get through that and then he'd cut them off, or do you think they'd get through the whole thing?
No, I think they'd get through the whole thing.
You guys want to hear a song?
Whole thing.
Yeah.
Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete.
See, in my opinion, and you guys are
Bade.
well more versed in druggies and such
Druggies?
than I am. That guy's aggressive. He's not just drunk, right?
I think he's just drunk. Yeah.
You think so, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete.
He does get the intensity of the vocal pattern correct.
Yeah.
Like he is kind of emphasizing the right parts of each word. I'm not saying he's nailing the notes, but he's not a mile away either.
No.
Not the worst.
I think we played them over each other about 40 times.
Yes, over actual Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
And
Not that
the
bad.
timing of it is perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
The guy's a Picasso.
He is. Also on this date, that same exact day, I loaded in audio for Viking stuff that included Mike Zimmer, Dalvin Cook, Kyle Rudolph, Sam Bradford,
Bradford.
Latavius Murray, and Stephon Diggs. None of those guys still on this team.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
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 Man, the Bradford era was so short.
Yeah.
I
And
almost
Hawk-
forget it happened.
Hawk was the first guy to have it, too.
What's that?
You were the first guy to have the Bradford news.
I was?
You told AJ and I on our way to the state fair one morning. And then it broke like an hour and a half later.
Wow. I don't even remember that.
Well, I don't
My
want to
memory.
give away your bid.
Well, hang on.
course, yeah.
You don't remember that? I thought breaking news was the most important thing in our business.
Yeah, probably is.
Hey, Hawk's pretty connected. Right?
Pretty connected in this joint.
It's almost like the listeners don't keep track of that. Isn't
All right.
that weird? I've been told otherwise.
I'm going to send you that today.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Did you listen? To
No.
Come on. What do you have to do?
Don't worry about it, baby.
I won't. You got to write me a list of
Now it's time for headlines.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. You can go solar and get those solar panels put on with our great friends at Wolf River Electric. Go solar. Today is National Pickleball Day. I've still never played, which is crazy because I love tennis. I love table tennis. Pickleball seems to be a nice, happy medium between the two of them. Right? It's basically ping pong on a tennis court. Why have I not played pickleball? What am I doing?
Because it's outside.
Yeah, it's outside.
I'm watching.
Some of them are inside. Isn't that Pints and Paddles?
yeah.
Oh,
It's
Malone's
there.
and
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Maynard's.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize. Maynard's and Malone's, right? AJ and company. I believe
Yeah,
that one's indoors. Why don't I go play there?
That should
Sorry
be,
if
that
I'm
should
not
be in your
listening.
wheelhouse.
I'm watching pigs wrestle on TV right now.
Is that a euphemism?
Man. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You guys have
Watching
all,
pigs wrestling got me sounding like Porky right now.
you guys have all seen Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zach, Max?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Yeah, classics.
One
Both
of
of
the
them.
iconic scenes, of course, is when they're backstage and they're flashing the backstage passes to every single person, right?
Yeah.
Up and down,
access.
just
All access.
showing
So
it to
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I've never, ever walked into Costco and not thought of that movie. Like literally
Yeah.
every time. When I hold up my card and flash it, I think of Wayne's World every single time. Every time.
Oh,
Costco is soon going to require members to scan their membership cards when they enter the warehouse rather than just awkwardly flashing them to employees at the door.
Yeah, because they're going to stop what I do.
Which is what?
Use your card and go get stuff.
Well, that's part of it. But I mean, what I've never quite understood about the flashing the card at the door
Yeah.
is you have to present the card to check out anyway. So the worst thing that could happen is, let's say I don't have a membership and I walk in.
Oh,
Then I look at a bunch of stuff and then I'm not allowed to pay for it.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's annoying for the Costco employee to be like, sir, you don't have a card, all that stuff in your card. We can't let you buy this. You're stopping that from happening. But if somebody's like, I just want to see what you got, they don't even let you do that.
Yeah.
Got to have a card. So now they're going to start scanning the card on your way in.
I had one for a while. I think I'm going to get a Costco membership. I don't know why. It's something I've been
elite.
contemplating.
I love it.
Go ahead,
Doesn't
Zach.
hockey have both?
I did at one time. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Sam's Club is significantly cheaper.
I can't stand the parking lot at the Maple Grove Sam's Club.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't
this-
do it. It
this
makes
one-
me want
this
to
one's-
murder people.
This one's hell on earth.
This one's not as bad as the Maple Grove one.
are you
no.
sure?
Wait,
I'm telling
Costco
you,
or
man.
Sam's Club? Because they're both bad in Maple
I'm
Grove.
sorry. Yeah, it's Costco. You're right.
They're
It's
both
Costco.
brutal though.
Sorry.
That Sam's Club is also because it's
Yeah.
got like the angled,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
angled parking spots, and people always do that
Yeah.
incorrectly.
Yeah.
I'm anti-angled parking lot
Yeah.
spots. Right,
Yeah.
I like them 90-degree angles. Let's
we in-
square this thing up
Are we in sudden death overtime here?
You got a penalty
looks like
shootout.
it, yeah.
Yes.
between the Netherlands and
It's a
Spain.
5-round shootout.
Wait, they
now
have
we're talking.
Wait, Hawk, they have sudden death in wrestling?
I was not watching wrestling,
Oh.
but I was watching a couple of.
The Dutch down 6-1 after the first quarter, rallied their way back, scored with 7 seconds left to tie it. And now we're round 3 of the shootout.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Rhode Island, neither a road nor an island discuss.
Everybody makes
Wow.
every goal.
I was going to say, like, this has got to be incredibly hard for the goalie.
Yeah.
It's got to just be on the shooter to miss, right? Like, the goalies aren't doing S.
Right.
Well, that's why we were surprised. We were watching yesterday the men water polo, U.S. and
we were.
whoever they
Yeah,
beat.
we weren't.
No, Chad Abbott and Nordo and I.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right.
Sure. Yeah,
And
blame
we're like,
them.
how the hell are they going to stop that? And
impossible.
they found a way. They stopped 3 out of the 10 opportunities were they used their head.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They just got to guess, man. Got to guess correctly.
Well, it's so hard with the bounce of the water. Like, noticing them using the bounce of the water, I never even would have considered that.
And look at this. I think are they just putting random players in goal?
No, it's the goalie goes back and the goalies go back and forth.
Yeah, I think they just switched the same goal. They
It's just this seems easy.
All right, I don't have a chance to listen to this. I don't know if this is the right soundbite or not.
Go ahead.
I'm going to hope, based on what it's called, that this is the right one.
There are only 2 things I can't stand in this world.
Yeah.
People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
Nailed it.
Brilliant.
Right.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Michael Caine's brilliant.
Oh man! Speaking of that, I found
4-4.
I found a Saturday Night Live bit yesterday with Will Ferrell I'd never seen before. That made me. I can't believe how funny this is.
Which one?
It's where he's pretending to be pretend to be Neil Diamond.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that bit too. That bit went like weirdly viral over the weekend because it was making fun of
RFK Jr.
Correct. Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard this? Where he's listen.
Oh,
what, you okay?
Finally, a stop. That might be the difference.
Hogwood.
The Netherlands did not score on attempt number 5. What a save.
What a save.
and they are changing goaltenders, by the way.
Whoa.
Whoa, jeez. How about a death stare after a block? She looked right at that other swimmer and just basically MF'd her.
Linda
I'd have did the same thing. That was awesome.
Yep. Well, it all comes down to this, right? Isn't this the last one?
Spain scores here, they win, and they're headed to the gold medal game.
They did.
That's it.
Congratulations, man! I can't get the audio to work. Darn it! I'm going to keep trying to find this because it's a great bit. I don't know why it says it's not muted.
And isn't John Goodman the bass player?
Yeah, the bass player. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna
So
find
hang on. When you win when a buzzer beater goes off in basketball, everybody rushes the court and cheers. No one dives into the pool when you have a walk-off winner in water polo?
Well, it's just the semifinals.
Everybody's just hugging on the sidelines like,
that's
yay, we did it.
semifinals.
What a perfect chance to jump into the pool to celebrate.
Yeah.
They're just hugging on the sidelines. Get in there. Do a
They've been
flying
swimming for,
squirrel.
Yeah.
was
good
it
point.
8, 16, 24, 32 minutes of action they've been swimming. They don't want to go back at the pool. They're probably just happy they didn't have to play in the shootout. It's a lot of swimming.
Relax.
Hi, Catherine.
Just 1 in 4 Americans expect to leave an inheritance.
Say that again.
1 in 4 of us actually expect to leave an inheritance.
I mean, what do you consider an inheritance? Debt?
Yeah, I was going to say. I got some debt to pass on.
Right.
Gary and I had been drinking pretty heavily.
Okay, this is it. This is great. I got something else playing for some reason. Let me see.
I think it's the beef is what's for dinner bit.
After a big show at the Forum, Gary and I...
What the hell is going on? I don't know why, but you're going to have to deal with it. Listen to this.
First song I wrote after a big show at the Forum. Gary and I had been drinking pretty heavily. Right, Gary?
Leave me out of this, man.
No, I will leave you in!
Yeah, it's not the right one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Anyway, he tells
it's a
story
great bit.
about writing Sweet Caroline. And he says, we'd been drinking pretty heavily and driving, and I hit a kid.
Yeah.
And it
How
made
have I
me
not
write
seen
this
that
song.
one?
That's what I'm saying.
That
Maybe
doesn't sound familiar at all.
I don't know. Maybe it didn't make it onto the actual show. Maybe this is, but anyway.
Last but not least, a man in Taiwan filed for divorce from his wife after she wanted him to pay for you know what?
Oh.
Because he's overweight and bad in bed.
Oh, God.
She wanted him to pay for it, and he said, I'm just going to get divorced. Forget it.
Oh.
That is rock bottom.
For both.
You're bad at this and overweight, so you have to pay for it or you're not getting it. Okay. Tomorrow at 8:15, Hawk versus Halverson versus
Good luck,
Vassalero versus Schwartz versus Amelia Santinello. That's quarterfinal number 6 of the Initials Invitational. That's tomorrow at 8:15. What do we got? 71,000, I think? think it's $71,000 still tomorrow up for grabs in the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials Jackpot. That's tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. 9 to noon is next.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, have to have a love you.